That's quarterback 12. Hate to tell you.
If he
that right there, those
he could throw for he could throw for 3,000 yards and
that's top 12.
No, it's not. Welcome back, you degenerates. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
I lost it at the last one.
What's going on, Mikey?
What's up? How you doing, Billy?
Good, good. How was your vacation?
It's pleasant. Bahama was nice.
Yeah. I got to get to one of these islands. You guys just going off on islands and whatnot. I got to get to one of these islands.
I'm an island boy trying to make it. What about you, Joe Dream? How you doing?
Good.
I
Some money in
said that a
Atlantic
little
City.
weird.
Yeah, he scummed me out of money in Atlantic
Scummed
City.
him out
That's
of
what he
money.
did.
You know I would have been there if I could.
Yeah.
I was losing money, overseas. Non-tax money.
We ran into Odell. It was a business trip. We meant to tell you. We spent all the Degenerates money to meet Odell, make sure he was coming back on time.
Yeah, where's he going?
He's not coming back.
He didn't give us the tell. He was being a little quiet.
Yeah.
He did mention to the guy behind us that we should be rooting for Elijah Moore because he's the best player on the Jets.
That's what he said?
That's what he said to some fan. So,
There's not many players on the Jets.
I mean, there is 52.
Not not worth paying. Fucking idiot.
There's about the same amount on the Jets as there is every other team. So,
Didn't they increase it?
That's
It's like
funny.
55 now.
it's something
Oh,
like
God.
that. 55 to 2.
Right now, there's 75. So
I think there's 90, asshole.
I think it's 75.
Anyway, we're talking about our QB rankings, tight ends today. We got God tiers. There's only one. It only goes to the QBs. Let's start us off. Number 1.
Josh Allen.
Get the God tier. He's the one and only on tier number 1. All right? There's nobody else. We don't really have to say much about this guy. Just know he's going to win your league if you pick him. All right? Are we going to talk about whether he should go first or second overall? It's in question.
First, second overall.
First or second round, yeah.
Yeah. That's the
Like-
only question.
Is he worth it, though?
I think it's worth it if he gets stacked with Diggs.
We just had this conversation before. As many of you listeners know, we're in a keeper league, and we're trying to decide where people are going. Our draft is this weekend, and one kid was the number 5 pick,
Yes.
Yes.
and then also has the number 11 pick. And we're trying to figure out who's drafting who, and it's like, if he takes Diggs, would you take Josh Allen? Like, the answer is yes.
Yes. If
Yeah.
you have ability to stack them both, there's no better option.
Yeah, if they're falling to you at the turn, like, there's no reason not to. You're getting the rushing upside of Josh Allen. Last year was a down year for him. He had 6 touchdowns on the ground. It could be the same. He's by far and away a whole game better than anybody else.
I think he's the only true dual threat, like fully passing QB. I think we could talk about Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts, but both of them have the same type of problem passing downfield. I mean, they do have passing touchdowns and all that, but we don't see them as passing QBs.
Yeah.
So I think we should just go in our next tier list. I know you don't have a tier list really, but I do. So
I do.
let's do you?
I-
Just like a little
yeah,
separate. Oh, I see
that-
it. I see it.
It's
I
very
see it.
I didn't
tiny,
know we were
yeah.
just putting Josh Allen a tier by himself.
Yeah, he's only. He's by
I kind of
himself.
did like the more realistic
Traditional.
tier.
We'll
This
call-
is realistic.
We'll call tier 1 the God tier.
The God
All
tier.
right, so
So tell me your next God tier.
then I'll just adjust so that my rest is tier 2.
Yeah, tier 2.
Okay. So as follows: I have Joe Burrow at number 2, Justin Herbert at number 3, and Jalen Hurts at number 4 to finish out my second tier. Joe Burrow, we talked a lot about him. We won't go crazy into detail, but he's got vengeance on the mind. I think. He had a chance to win that Super Bowl. Dropped catch, lost me money, lost everybody money. Anyway, he's gonna have a healthy T. Higgins hopefully all year. Jamar Chase. Now we all know he can catch a football.
Mm-hmm.
A healthy O-line, Joe Mixon catching balls out of the backfield. CJ Uzomah left, but I'm not I'm not thinking like, oh, he's gonna drop down my rankings because CJ Uzomah left.
He was really touchdown or bust.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and Joe's only gonna get better. That was year 2, and he made it to the Super Bowl.
and they got the other your favorite tight end Hurts, no? He's on the
Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think there's a big of a
What's he doing? Is he hurting?
He's hurting. I don't think there's big of a drop off between Uzomah and him.
Uzomah's way more athletic, but talent, like as far as like hands and production, it's not far off. I mean, you're gonna throw the ball to I brought up 3 names and didn't even talk about Tyler Boyd. You know, so the weapons are there. I think he's gonna ball out this year. I don't care who he plays. He's a man on a mission, I think.
This is my only question with Joe. Because on the ground, he's not much of a threat. He had 100 yards rushing last year, 2 touchdowns. His rookie year, he only had 3. Obviously, only played 10 games his rookie year. So, like, is he going to run enough? Because that is part of the equation to get to that second ranking.
I'm pretty confident he's going to lead the league in passing touchdowns and passing yards. And I feel like that's enough for me.
I think if it comes down to offensive line, if his offensive line is mediocre, because they were god-awful, they're probably one of the worst. I think he got sacked most last year. I think he can finish at second overall.
It's a possibility. And I'm going out on a limb with it.
Yeah. That's why in my tier list, you have more of a running tradition of QBs after this, because just they get more points.
Well, you have Burrow, just to let everyone know, in the 3rd tier at ranking 6.
That's fair.
Yes.
So that's 4 below where
fair.
Billy has it.
It's not far off. I just, like I said, I think it's the year of Burrow. So
I think it comes down to offensive line, because if he gets time to just sit back, throw it to his targets, he's going to win. For me, my tier 2, I only have 3 players. I have Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson.
So you have Herbert at 2.
I have Herbert at 2. I think Herbert and Gerbo are very similar, not play style, but Herbert has the 2 main huge targets, Allen and Williams. They have Palmer. Their offensive line was not great last year. It's better than what Joe Burrow had last year. And then they're continuing to get better with their offensive line with picks and all that stuff. Yeah. They obviously have a 2-headed monster. Well, we're going to assume it's 2-headed monster with their running back.
Spiller and Eckler.
Eckler
and Spiller.
Yeah. So what it comes down to is now better offensive line, and Herbert simply runs the ball about 300 yards a year. So, I mean, you get points for that.
Yeah. And I also think the addition, I'll talk about it a little bit later, Gerald Everett is also on the team.
Yep.
Way more athletic than Jared Cook ever was. Jared Cook put up pretty solid numbers last year, so don't sleep on Gerald Everett. We'll get into it and talk about tight ends later, but I agree. I have Herbert at 3.
Something we both have similar. You have Jalen Hurts. I have Jalen Hurts at 3. You have him at 4. I think we both have to agree that, I mean, you did a wide receiver 1 on a wide receiver core that had nothing. They had a rookie, Devontae Smith as a rookie, though, 170 pounds, little guy over there. Yeah. What do you expect? You got to have Jalen Hurts up on your rankings if you think anything about him. I mean, he did it last year. He's going to do it again. He's going to run the ball a ton of times. Now he finally has a wide receiver. What more do you want?
And I think the bigger thing here is, like, they didn't just get a wide receiver. They got a guy who he could just throw it out to the flat and can go get 10 yards.
Yes.
Because obviously we know Jalen Hurts is not a great thrower of the football. That's not going to change. He doesn't have a good arm. No. It's not like all of a sudden it's going to improve. So that's, like, the bigger thing for Hurts is they got someone he doesn't have to throw downfield to get the ball to.
RPOs all day.
Yeah, I agree.
And they do have one of the better offensive lines in the league.
Yep.
Now, number 4, I have Lamar Jackson. He's the running king, obviously. Over 1,000 rushing yards almost every year. Can he stay healthy? Now, I have a little bit of a downside on my Nets tier because of missing weapons. Well, Lamar Jackson lost one of his weapons, Hollywood Brown, who did account for a lot of the receiving attack.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I have him down at 6.
Yeah.
That's why we don't have neither one of his Patrick Mahomes in the top. I have him as 5, but you're still going to get the rushing yards, of course, but I do think that the passing attack will be affected. No matter how many balls that Hollywood Brown dropped last year, it's still the best player on the offense is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're supposed to be getting your top 2 running backs back healthy. So how much are they really going to throw the ball? It kind of worries me a little bit.
But I think that's good for Lamar if he's running more.
Yeah, but they're also going to be running more with the running backs and
assuming,
throwing the ball.
Assuming they're moving the ball.
We're talking quarterbacks, yes, and we're always also talking about rushing yards and rushing attempts. But if you have a healthy J.K. Dobbins who is very good at football, you're going to risk the franchise quarterback 25 times a game?
I mean, if you look at
Yeah, it's gonna drop down.
if you look at what happened last year, exactly what happened. They
Yeah.
ran Lamar down.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Tyson Williams out there.
Tyson.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he only played I think it was 10 games. He still had 134 rushing attempts. It was more than 2020 when she played all 16 games.
Yeah, well,
Exactly. They're running him down, so they need to not run him down.
Yeah.
And he will be in the top 5 range if he can stay healthy and just keep continuing what he's doing. Next up, we're both on the same exact thing. Tier 3. We got Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
You can't just tell me that you lose your one of the best, most explosive weapons, Tyreek Hill, and not get demoted in our tier list.
Yeah.
He's not running the ball as much as he did. And you know what? You can't tell me Sky Moore is going to be the answer. All right?
Or Juju.
Or Juju.
Yeah.
Which are, in my opinion, very similar. I think Sky Moore is more like a Golden Tate.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Listen.
No, they got him running out of the backfield.
Yeah. Some
Looks
wild,
almost
they got
like Debo
Golden-
out
they got some
there.
wild stuff
Golden
going
Tate
on
back
there.
in the day was doing that.
Listen, at the end of the day, we're putting respect on Patrick Mahomes' name because he's very, very talented.
Yeah.
Probably the most talented quarterback. But you lose your number one weapon, the guy who can outrun everybody. Simply, like if everything else fails, he's just gonna run circles till he's open because he's faster than everybody. You lose that, then just starting to worry a little bit. You know, I dropped him down. You know, I'm a big Patrick Mahomes guy. You see the jersey all the time. But for anything lower, for him to break the top 5, I'm worried he might not even make the top 5 this year.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
Like, people drafted him still in the 3rd, 4th round.
I was gonna say he's still
Bold.
quarterback 2.
He should not be.
Drafts
I mean,
this time of
You're
year.
drafting because of the name.
Yeah.
It's safer to pick Tom Brady than it is to take Mahomes.
Oh wow, that's a hot take.
I don't hate it.
Why?
It's not
Because
that hot of
Tom
a
Brady's
take.
going to still throw for 45 touchdowns. 40
Yeah,
touchdowns.
I mean, I don't.
Joe Green, who scored more fantasy points last year? Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes?
It was Tom Brady.
Tom Brady by 12 points.
12 points.
12 and a half points. Did Tom Brady lose anybody significant that's not coming back?
Well, we don't know about Chris Godwin's.
But he's coming back.
injury.
Yeah,
He's
Julio
supposed-
Jones.
Supposed to come back.
And he got Julio Jones.
But you guys said that wasn't an impact.
And
No, I'm
Gage.
just saying-
What about Gage?
I'm not
Who is an
disagreeing.
impact? in
Also,
my eyes.
Gage isn't. I mean, they also lost
Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah. But they didn't lose their best player.
See, the thing is
No.
the headlines, like the first 5-6 games last year, was did they figure out how to play against Patrick Mahomes? Take away his first option, his deep option, which was Tyreek Hill, and everything else will figure itself out.
Yeah.
That's what the headline was last year. What are the headlines going to be now? Now, can Patrick Mahomes start running the ball like he did year 1 and year 2?
Yeah.
Maybe.
How much will the double and triple teams hurt Kelsey,
Yes. And how much is
Miko,
Miko Hardman and Sky Moore going to do?
Juju?
A lot of
I'm
question
just
marks.
going to keep saying it because you hate
Juju.
his name.
I know.
I think you're drafting him at his ceiling, right? I mean,
Yes.
he hasn't finished
If you
one
draft him
since
as-
2018.
Yeah, if you draft in the 3rd round, you're
You're
shooting for the stars.
You're hoping he finishes second overall, honestly.
So he's in my tier 3. I got Patrick Mahomes, and then I have Joe Burrow. Just can't risk it on Joe Burrow just because the rushing attempts.
It's fair.
I think that's just the question mark. I mean, last year
Yeah.
3 of the top 5 were rushed for over 300 yards. You know, that's been the trend for the last couple of years. The year before that, 4 of the 5 did. So, you know, if you're not a running quarterback, you got to throw 40 touchdowns.
Yep.
Simple
Yeah,
as that.
I believe he's going
He
to.
can.
That's where I'm at. You know, if Tom Brady at age 45 can finish 3rd, you know,
And also, I had a debate. I had to put this in there as the surrounding teams are good defenses going against Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
The Browns' defense isn't bad. They drafted another corner in the top 2 picks, first and second round. You got the Ravens coming back to the defense. They had the number 1 IR.
we talked
last
about it. I don't trust the Ravens defense at all. The Steelers secondary is not very good. You have the safety in the back, and that's about it. You know, it's not as strong of a defense that in that division as people think it is.
But yeah, true. But at the same time, you have Justin Herbert going against the Raiders twice a year.
No,
Yeah,
That's why Justin Herbert's 3.
one-
That's a lock for 3.
Well,
but-
I'll throw the Chiefs in there too.
With the,
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
the whole
that's-
division.
Yeah, well, the Broncos are
The Broncos are
okay.
gonna be-
they're
yeah.
they're gonna be okay on defense, but everyone else, yeah. it's
But no
bad.
matter what, you would think they got to shoot it out.
Probably in that division, yeah, probably.
So shootouts, I'm gonna go for the shootouts. Joe Burrow, I don't think is gonna have to shoot out that much. We'll see.
I like
going
your
on a limb.
logic on that one.
Yeah, I'm going on a limb.
Tier 4, I have 5 players.
I still have Tom.
Whatever.
I'm still in tier 3. But.
All right, you want to go with tier 3?
Well, we talked about a couple of my guys. It was Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, and then to round out my tier 3 is Tom Brady and Kyler Murray. Tom Brady he just throws the ball too many times to be disrespected anymore. I think we both had him outside of our top, or no, you had him inside your top 10 last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a smart man here.
I have him around 9 and 8 every year.
Yeah, I'm done trying to fade Tom Brady. I'm done with it. No Gronk, no problem. You might not have Godwin the first couple weeks, but he's done way less. He's done way more with less. Just simply Tom Brady's the GOAT. You're gonna get your fantasy points.
I would like to say though, with Tom Brady, he's going down on my list. If he has one more offensive line injury, he's off my list.
Yeah,
Wasn't Wirfs just like
worse was
it was
carted
just like-
off. But
if-
I don't know
it
what.
was
I
like
know
cramps.
it
I
was
thought,
cramps.
though.
It was
Yeah,
cramps.
it was cramps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if he has one more significant injury to the offensive line, he's off my list.
Yeah.
Off.
He's off
Not
my
off,
list.
he's not off my list, but like he's definitely moving down.
You'll never seen him with the worst offensive line in his whole career.
I don't know.
There was a
That's
couple years
tough.
that the Patriots weren't great.
They had some bad offensive lines at the end.
Yeah. He also wasn't 45 years old.
Yeah, he was like 41, and then he also had like, what's his name? The guy who never caught N'Keal Harry as his wide receiver 1. So he's not Mike Evans.
True. But he'll be off my list.
Yeah. Kyler Murray, you have him at 8 as well, right?
Yeah, you have
yeah.
7, 8 Brady, both of you. I mean,
Yeah.
Brady and Murray.
Shout out to us. Same page. Didn't even try it. Kyler Murray, why don't you get after it?
Now, the talent for QB is all there.
Yep.
He can run the ball, pass the ball. Now, he loses his number 1 option, Hopkins. 6 games. Fantasy, that's almost half the season. He gets Hollywood Brown. Now, Hollywood Brown is speeding down the highway.
Pulling a Henry Ruggs nearly.
Close to it. Now, after that, who does he have to pass to?
Zach Ertz.
Yeah. And Hollywood Brown is not even playing right now. He's not even practicing.
That's because he was in jail.
No,
he was hurt.
He was
Yeah,
hurt
no, I
before
know.
that.
Yeah, this is that too.
He was in
That was part of the
That's
reason.
a very simple joke.
That was the
guys.
cover up.
Like, no. Like, come on.
Well, yeah, that was
Clearly a
part,
joke.
part of the reason he's in jail.
Offensive line is god awful. You got 3 starting giant linemen out there.
And
And when I
and
say
Rodney.
giant, I mean New York Giant linemen that we drafted 6 years ago.
That got cut from the Giants. Think
Yeah.
about that.
And we give up the most stats in the league. Anyway, by pure QB, he should be top on the list. He should be a top 5 QB. But because of his options, because of his offensive line, and because he can't stay healthy, and that's the big reason is he can never stay healthy.
I like what you wrote about.
Well, wait.
No, I like what he wrote about.
He will play in every
He'll play.
game. He'll play.
I was gonna say he has missed
he-
a
but
few
he-
games in his
he-
career.
But he hurts his shoulder or his ankle, and his stats and his ability to play are out the window.
In the dumps. That happened last year. He was
because-
hurt for 4 games with a shoulder injury. He was putting up like 10
Yes.
points a game.
He couldn't throw that outside. And the injury before that, he had a bum ankle,
Yeah,
and then he
played
couldn't.
through it.
He can't run to the outside because he can't see over the big fat offensive lineman. He has to run RPOs and all that time so he could see over him.
Yeah.
You
And
can't
then
run.
you-
You can't throw.
Then you add in the fact that he's got to be studying and he's up late at night.
Wait, did you see? Did I send you the stat of? I need this on the board. You see the stat that I sent? The worst games he's played as a QB is because of COD double XP weekends.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I did
He
not
said
see
that in the
that.
group chat. a
Wait,
couple weeks
really?
ago.
I swear to
Yeah.
God,
You were in
doubled.
You were in Hawaii. He said that 3 weeks ago.
COD double XP weekends. Okay, which is every 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
Kyle Murray shits the bed,
Yeah.
That's a great stat.
Yeah,
I
somebody-
and
need
it's not
that.
one game. It's like 6 or 5 games.
Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody
God.
from on TikTok put it up. It's
It was on
That's
Reddit.
fantastic.
wild.
Well, now you know why you got that into your contract.
He's definitely a very big question mark. Like he's going mid rounds right now in drafts, And you're going to need him to rush for all 500 yards because
Yep.
he's not someone who throws a ton of passing touchdowns.
He is the most accurate deep passer, so
That's fine, but
well, that's
if he's not,
He's not throwing the ball at anybody.
26 touchdowns, the most he's thrown in the season. It's not good.
not great. Not $230 million worth, I'll tell you that.
Next up, I have Russell Wilson, who's arguably pretty much the same thing as Kyle Murray.
Yeah.
Except for I know Russell Wilson's going to give it his all. I know he's going to be stuttering. Stuttering.
He's riding.
He's
riding.
riding. You know he's going to be stuttering. So it comes down to is, can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
He got hurt last year. Going into this year, I think he's going to be healthy. He has 2 good weapons. He lost Tim Patrick this weekend. Yes, that's
hurts.
we need to announce that. What?
KJ Hammer season, baby.
You hope so.
I just noticed I almost cut you off. We have the same 4 quarterbacks right here at 7 through 10.
Love it.
I love it. Sometimes I hate it, but I feel like this year we're kind of on the same page with a lot of things.
Yeah. I think after this we go all over the place.
Yes.
But like I said, I like Russell Wilson. I can see him climbing. I just don't know yet. Is this team going to run 20 to 30 times a game?
That's
I don't
my
know
worry.
it.
That's my worry, exactly. They're still a run-first, defense-first team.
Yeah.
You know, and he's just back to, like, where every week we're like, let Russ cook. And I'm not entertaining it. I'm not entertaining. He's off my draft boards. Just somebody, if he plays great, good for him.
Yeah.
I don't want him.
I don't need to draft him. I'd rather risk it with Matthew Stafford. At least he's going to throw for 40 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think it's also like he's getting drafted fairly early. Like you're looking at like the 7th round for Russ.
Yeah, no way.
I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, even if you remember the one year where we thought he was going to win MVP, he had like the first 6 weeks of the season, he was awesome. And then the rest of the season, he was just miserable. And
They stopped letting him cook.
well, it wasn't even just that. He got hurt. And then it was like,
Once he's hurt, you
throwing
can't play.
touchdowns. And then people caught on. There's only 2 people for him to throw the ball to. It just, I don't know.
There's only 2 people you throw the ball to now.
Yeah, the offense isn't that much different now that Patrick's gone.
And everyone's on this Sutton thing. Like I could jump on the Judy bandwagon, but I can't jump on Sutton.
Why not?
You were on the DK Metcalf bandwagon.
He's not DK Metcalf first. Second, he's the next giant wide receiver. I can't think of his name.
Kenny Galladay?
He's the next Kenny Galladay.
I don't know. That sounds... I
He
don't know
just
if
compares
that's
every wide receiver to Kenny Galladay.
No, he is.
That's what
He's
it
an
is. That's
exact
the third
replica
wide-
of Kenny Galladay. He's been injured. He hasn't had a big year since 3 years ago.
Yeah.
He didn't do nothing last year. He played almost every game.
Yeah, he even played with Teddy Bridgewater, Teddy One Glove, and Drew Lock.
Lock's so bad.
I mean,
Drew Lock.
let's see what DK
No, he's so bad.
Let's see what DK
He's gonna ball this
does
year.
with
I
Drew
really
Lock.
thought we were gonna have to talk about Drew Lock today.
What?
Come on.
I'm just telling you. I can't jump on his. I can't jump on it. You want to jump on? I'd rather jump on KJ Halmer. What the fuck his name is?
I don't know. That's wild. I think Sutton's in for a huge year.
go ahead,
I'm on the
draft him.
same bandwagon as you. I'm on the same
I don't think so.
bandwagon. Yeah.
Judy, go for it.
Well, back on Russ, just real quick. I guess. I mean, is there a path for him to even finish top 5?
Sure, there is.
There
Okay.
is.
Is it likely? No. Is it even slightly likely? No. But is it possible? Sure.
Well, just same logic as Justin Herbert.
It's like
Probably a lot of shootouts. That division.
Yes.
it's like swimming in a swamp, though. It's murky. It's murky.
It's murky.
It's real murky.
See those 20 to
It's not
30.
the Bahamas.
Those 20 to 30 rushing attempts better stop before the 20-yard line so he can throw it.
This is a
That's all
touchdown.
I got.
We'll find out real fast if Seattle's offense was him or if it was Pete Carroll. We'll know real quick because there's reports that conflict each other that it was Pete Carroll and there are people like it was Russ. Like that had nothing to do with Pete Carroll.
What, Russ was calling run plays?
That's what people are saying.
Probably to spite Pete Carroll, maybe. After they didn't run the ball on the one.
I'm
That's-
just saying. That's people will
Yeah.
find out really fast if it was him or if it was Pete Carroll.
You know, that's a statement.
Well, you know what? It's not fair because they ran 30 times last year. So we're going to say he's just an audible out of that every time? The coach calls a running play?
New quarterback in town. You know, just
I mean,
out everything.
the coach is from Green Bay who turned into a running back team.
They said Russ has the playbook. It's all
I'm
him.
sure he does because
So.
he's Russell Wilson. He's a
Right.
Hall of Fame quarterback.
That's
At the
what
end
I'm
of the day.
If
saying.
anybody has the playbook,
Right.
it's Elway. He's the one that's calling shots over there.
No, Elway's gone.
Yeah,
Elway hasn't done anything in 2 years now.
He's sitting there. He's like, yep.
If Elway was calling the shots, I promise you they would never trade for Russell Wilson. They would find Jimmy Garoppolo. Another tall white quarterback. That's all that what's his name liked.
Are you calling a racist call?
Are you calling him a racist?
Look at the quarterbacks he had over the years. That's all I'm saying. Look at the quarterbacks.
I mean,
hot take.
He traded for Peyton Manning. But that's
Peyton Manning's one of the GOATs.
Yeah, who wouldn't trade for Peyton
He won a
Manning?
Super Bowl, Peyton
that,
Manning.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he has a typical of tall quarterbacks. That's it.
Bridgewater. I guess he's like the.
But Drew Lock.
He's like
before
a white.
that Brock Osweiler.
Oh yeah,
is
Brock.
all
Yeah,
tall
it's coming back to me now.
And Lynch.
It's tall. It's tall.
Lynch.
It's not white. It's tall.
It's just tall.
Lynch.
Paxton Lynch, 6'8". Like all these tall ass quarterbacks he likes.
All right.
Just saying.
Wild.
I'm glad I'm not the one that says white on white crime.
Yeah. Matthew Stafford, you know what you're gonna get. You can throw the ball. Cooper Kupp is gonna score 16 touchdowns, and then the rest of the cast is gonna eat.
You worried about the injury?
Oh, the tendonitis.
Yeah, he's not.
I
throwing.
saw it today, and I don't know how much I'm worried.
He just won a Super Bowl. Give him a break.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like they said,
Yeah,
he's not practicing.
I guess
I wouldn't practice either.
I guess
Why?
to a point, but not really.
You're Matthew Stafford.
I think that's no news.
First time, it's no news until you get like a week out of the season.
All right, but
in my opinion,
Matthew Stafford plays through injuries like a fucking champ.
Yeah, he does.
And he had a broken shoulder and won the game. You think that with tendonitis, he's gonna shoot one and then that's it.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. He probably added to his contract. I can listen. Tendonitis, can't play. Can't play. Not doing it.
He has to write a narrative for this season. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, that's top 5 for me. After we get after 10, they're all upside QBs. Number 1, Trey Lance. Number 2, Trevor Lawrence. Number 13, Zach Wilson. I think the only one that's superior above everyone else is going to be Trey Lance. He has the best team overall. He has 2 good weapons. He has a really good offensive line. What is he going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to pass downfield? I know he's going to run, so it just comes down to turnovers for him.
Okay, quick question.
Did I cut you off?
No, just about your rankings.
Yes.
Trey Lance 11, Trevor Lawrence 12, Zach Wilson 13.
Yes.
Where is Dak Prescott?
Dak Prescott is not draftable for me.
But where is he in your
He's
ranking?
not on the board. It's in big purple. Don't touch Dak Prescott.
I agree. Like these next couple quarterbacks, the next 2 I have are 11 and 12. I have Dak and Aaron Rodgers. I want no part of them, just like I don't want no part of Russell Wilson. So quarterback 9, 11, and 12, I want no part of.
Yes.
Matthew Stafford, yeah, he's solid. He'll get you your points. I have Trey Lance at 13, but not ranking Dak in the top 15 is gonna be. You're gonna get some hate for that, dude.
I'm telling
Just
you right now.
Just the offense alone, they're gonna put points.
Can you tell me his ADP right now?
Dak Prescott.
Yes.
Let's check it out.
I think it's the 8th, 9th.
It's got to be 8th, 9th. He's 66th overall.
Yeah,
so
he finished 7th last year, dude.
Okay, you also lost. I don't care what you
Amari
say.
stinks, dude.
He stinks, but he still gave you 1,000 yards.
Sure.
No, he
didn't. Anybody in that offense
close?
can give you
He's
that.
He's still moving coverages.
Yeah.
Anybody in that offense can give you yards.
I am telling you right now, his offensive line is garbage. Garbage.
Agreed. He has wheels. Running quarterback.
Yeah, last time he ran, you don't remember the Giants fucking breaking his knee?
Yeah, that was just a scumbag move.
Yeah, that's good. Guess what? He's playing the Giants 2 more times.
I just think, like, I'm agreeing that I don't really like Dak Prescott this year. I have him at 11, but to not rank him,
I'm telling you, don't waste your time.
Like at least like for what we're doing here, like
it's not because I'm a Giant fan either. Oh, what I'm doing here, I'm helping you. I'm telling you, I would not be shocked if he does not finish top 12.
They're gonna get canceled. This is our last show, everybody.
Top 12. You don't even have the top 20.
All right, I will bet
he doesn't have a top 20.
I don't have top 20.
He stopped at fucking 13.
13. That's it.
That's all he was talking
That's
about.
it.
13.
Those are the only people we were gonna talk about. Dak Prescott will not finish top 13.
Bold.
That's
so
definitely
bold.
bold.
Flip it.
Bold.
Top 13.
Top 13.
Nah, it's bold. I'm at 11. Listen, I'm on the same bandwagon. I'm not far off, but where is he in your rankings? Like, where would you put him?
16.
He just wants him outside the top 15. So
no, because
what you're telling me is mid-season you're gonna find Dak Prescott on the waiver wire.
Yes. He's gonna be a Tannehill type player. He's this year.
I'm at a loss for words.
People are gonna say, "Oh my God, why did we pay Dak Prescott?"
Give me more reasonings. Why
All
is
right.
he going to be bad?
Yeah, please.
All right, well,
I
Give me
have nothing to
explanation.
say.
A huge reason the offensive line is going to be garbage. Okay, you lost your left guard. They have a rookie or second-year center. Their right tackle or their right guard, whatever they want to make him, was from I forgot, but he's a first-round pick who should have been a second or third-round pick in the draft. Okay, he's very questionable. Left tackle, it's Smith. He's gonna miss time. He hasn't played a full season in 5-6 years. I wouldn't be shocked if he just fucking retires. Okay. Now we have the owner talking about let's Zeke eat. Let's Zeke eat. Okay.
Jerry Jones is just gonna talk.
He's not just a coach.
He's a McDonald's salesman. Bro.
He plans everything. Everything goes by him. Okay.
He just talks.
Now you have to play Pollard in the slot position for your team, which I kind of like if you're a Pollard owner. But because Gallup is hurt and you don't have another wide receiver, CD is going to get doubled, and Daniel Schultz is going to be the only two people to pass to.
Dalton Schultz?
Dalton Schultz.
Let me ask you a question. Where do you have Dalton Schultz ranked?
3rd.
Okay. Where do you have CD Lamb ranked?
I don't even know. I don't have him ranked. I didn't do my rankings for
what a fucking idiot.
But he's probably like 13.
At some point, Dak has to throw up numbers.
Where do you have where's Tony Pollard going? 25, 26, somewhere around there?
He could throw for 3,000 yards and
that's top 12.
No, it's not.
Let's see. Let's pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up.
I mean, 3,000.
Derek Carr finished 13th. Carson Wentz finished 14th last year. Carson Wentz was all-time bad.
Okay, I said he's not gonna finish top 13.
I mean, Tannehill was.
There was 5-point difference between Derek Carr and Carson Wentz last year.
I'm telling you.
You have him where Jimmy G, Mac Jones, Russell Wilson were last year. I want to be clear.
I am clear. I wrote do not draft him.
I'm not. I don't want to draft him either. But like at some point, he's got to be somewhere.
He's not here. He's not on my page.
I'm not crazy.
This is like Endgame. He got wiped out for the next 5 years, all right? If they fix the offensive line or get another wide receiver, we can bring him back. Okay. But he's off this year. He's off the board.
Okay.
Plus, they lost prime free agent pickup, James Washington, that's...
Oh, my God.
Fucking trash can.
God
so
damn.
happy.
They got a tax reduction from that.
Like I said, he's an idiot.
Watch, folks.
I
was right about Juju a couple years ago. He finished like 25.
Yeah, you're like, he's not going to be 24.
He's out of at 70 or whatever.
You were not right.
But
I was right.
People
you were
had
wrong.
him at a top 10 fucking wide receiver. I was right.
I did not. I had him at...
You had like 17.
17. 17 is way closer than 45.
Yeah, whatever.
Math. Let's talk about Trey Lance a little bit.
Yes, please.
The rushing upside is going to be great. He's got a cannon for an arm. He just can't hit the bros out of a barn. So I don't know how impactful he'll be, especially when the season first starts. Might have some early game jitters, but he will produce. I'm looking at him later on in drafts a lot, especially in ours where I don't have any picks.
Yep.
It's just you need to find value somewhere. There's a way for him to easily break into like the top 7. No.
Yes.
Okay. He says.
I mean, there's a way. There's a way for every fucking QB to.
No, there's not. Not a way.
Not for Prescott. But for Trey Lance, their defense is going to be good. It's going to be hard to see that they don't focus on defense and just playing close in the game. They're going to run a ton with 5 running backs on the team.
Yeah.
Can he capitalize on the running game? That's really what I want to see because we really haven't seen him run the ball. I mean, we saw flashes 10 plays last year.
He ran for 300 and something yards. He ran more yards than
Trey
Sermon did.
We didn't see it in the course of a full game.
I think he started a couple games.
He started 2 games, I think.
I can't remember. I know he played significant time, or not significant time. I know he played a lot for the games Jimmy Garoppolo missed.
Yeah.
And I know he got hurt. So Can he stay healthy? One thing I wrote, their division's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be playing against the Rams twice.
Yeah.
The Cardinals, they're not like
They're
okay.
They're good defense.
Their front four is great.
Yeah. Gonna be running for his life. A lot of
yeah.
running.
So it's going to be hard.
He could throw for 2,000 yards and rush for 1,000. So
Yeah, he could be the next Lamar.
yeah.
That to me, like last year, I was big on Jalen Hurts. Not because he could throw a football. Obviously, we knew he couldn't. He could run. And the same thing with Trey Lance. If you get him in the 9th, 10th round, and you got a guy who's a top 10 quarterback and giving you, a touchdown rushing, that's well worth it. Like,
I think
you got a starting quarterback.
I don't think the Lance is that type of runner though.
He's not
built like that.
We knew Jalen Hurts could do that.
Yeah.
At like a big level.
He
played at big school.
You could look at him and he say, okay, he's built like that. He can handle it. Trey Lance.
You saw him rushing at South Dakota State.
Yeah.
It's not like he was playing big teams. So
I think the difference too, like Hurts was a great scrambler, right? They'd call pass play.
Yeah.
Everyone's for Hurts. He just takes off. I think with Trey Lance, it's going to be more designed runs. I don't think you're going to see him scrambling around in the pocket like you saw Jalen Hurts. Yeah. That's where I think he'll make up the difference.
I think if they plan, they're going to plan like plays like for Daniel Jones.
Yes, right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With designed runs.
Nobody'd rather have calling those plays than Kyle Shanahan.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I wrote he's one of the best offensive coaches. So.
I'm risking it for the biscuit. There's clearly a path for him to get to top 7, top 5. It's there. Just will he be good when it's all on his shoulders? He knew Jimmy was coming back and he was just gonna ball out because he's done it to lose. Now he's got everything to lose. How's he gonna play? Two more names real quick I want to talk about. Derek Carr, I just think that there's a path that he can make top 10 move with Adams, Waller, and company. He thinks, I think you wrote that there's just too many mouths to feed. I don't think there's that many mouths to feed. So
I for fantasy wise, it's good for him. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't see me drafting him or me ranking him because he could easily be 13th and he could be 5. So. I have a group of players that Aaron Rodgers, same reason. I don't know who he's passing to. Ryan Tannehill obviously shouldn't even be there. Same reason why I'm not gonna rank Tua because I don't see it yet. I can't.
Two things about Tua. One, you're keeping Jalen Waddle, so you have to believe in him.
I have hope. You can't have hope in your life.
But put him somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I put him on I don't know where the goal list.
Put a number next to his name, Mike.
He has a number. He has number 5.
He's number 5 quarterback? That's crazy. I have Tua at 17.
17. I mean, how do you put Tua at 17? 2 top 10.
I don't think he can produce 2. We talked about it last week. I don't think he can. I don't think he's that good. I think Tyreek is outside the top 10. I think Jalen Waddle is outside the top 15. So where are you getting all these fantasy points?
So you have Tyreek at 11 and you have Waddle at 17.
I mean, I would be shocked if Waddle finishes outside the top 24.
That's top 13.
Would not be shocked one bit if Waddle's outside the top 24.
Waddle hater.
No. Not a Waddle hater.
Right,
I'm a Tua hater.
What were the 2 quarterbacks? You said Carr. You didn't really much.
And Tua. It was
and
Tua.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, Kirk Cousins, they're supposed to throw the ball more.
Carr, he's had one good year. I think his best year is 35 touchdowns. So,
I think that's what you're hoping.
So that's his best year.
That's what we're going to get.
And guess what? That doesn't put you in this conversation of being in my top 13.
Okay.
Probably not.
Question: Where Derek Carr finished last year?
13.
So,
and he didn't even have a good year, really. Nope. It was
I'm throwing facts out, guys.
For me, it's tough because my philosophy for the last 4 years
is that you're a Raiders
running quarterback.
No, it's a running quarterback.
No, I don't disagree, but there's not 20 running quarterbacks.
No, there's not. I'm saying for me personally,
yeah.
I just don't look at those guys who don't run because they're not giving me the extra fantasy points.
If you look at my list, it's runner, and then I have I have Patrick Mahomes who is still gonna run for 200 yards.
Are we talking to people who are in 8-team leagues, or what are we doing here, guys?
No, you're right, and I think
there's people we need to talk about, even though if they're not top 10.
And that's why I got you the upside list right there. I can mark these people, and you're gonna be totally wrong.
But I agree. Carr's worthy of talking about because a late round pick on a guy who throws 35 to 40 touchdowns, and all of a sudden is
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I mean, he has Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, and Waller. He might have a lot
I
of
can talk
mouths
to him. He's
fill,
just not on my
but-
list.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, it's just
he's-
somebody that needs to be talked about. Is somebody
Yeah.
who you can draft.
Right.
Because there's people in drafts like that go in knowing they're going to take 2 quarterbacks.
I'll for sure.
And then what? Then you're going to have no quarterback if all
Yeah.
top 12 are gone?
I will
Yeah.
easily take him over Justin Fields, Ryan Tannehill, probably
Yes.
even Tua. I don't
Yes.
believe in Tua.
Yes, I would
And
take
I'd
all
take
of
him
them.
over Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
Just because
the upside.
of the weapons.
Yeah, and the value. You're
I
getting
would.
better value
Yeah.
for Carr than you
Yes.
are Rodgers.
I would take him over Jameis Winston. How you have him at fucking 15 is beyond me.
I got some theories.
You had theories last year. He's a fucking bum.
Well,
They had
we're,
one good game.
Michael Thomas didn't come back.
we're 40 minutes into quarterbacks. Is there any last one or two you want to just briefly go over?
Yeah. Trevor
Yes.
Lawrence fucking sucks.
Trevor, no. I'm telling you, draft Trevor Lawrence.
I don't disagree. I really don't.
I mean, I'm just going to go over it quickly. You're playing in a pretty, not that bad of a division. You're going against fucking the goddamn
Colts.
Colts, Texans,
Texans,
and Titans.
and Titans. So,
Yeah.
sky's the limit. You're going to be playing probably from behind because your defense sucks. You have no corners. And guess what? He's a runner. He's
Yeah.
going to run. He finally has weapons. He has his ET, and he has Kirk now, plus all the other mediocre wide receivers. He's gonna show up
I don't.
fantasy wise.
Yeah, I'm not against having Trevor as like a spot start guy, but you got to show it to me. That's the person like you showed me nothing last year. You were useless to your own team. So like, I don't want nothing to do with him yet.
I 100% agree, and
Yeah.
I was like Trevor's #1 supporter, but he didn't look good. That was the problem. Like, I don't care if you put up shitty stats and you still look like you know what you're doing. He didn't look good in any form. I'm hoping it was coaching, but I'm not even willing to take a flyer on him because I don't think he's going to put up enough. Like, I'd rather Zach Wilson, honestly. Trey Lance, obviously. Like, these are all rookies who were last year I'm talking about. Fields is I probably might take Lawrence over Fields, but that's about it.
I'm just saying right now they have Coach Pearson, who is the QB whisperer, make Wentz look like MVP
A
caliber.
guy who is almost as good as Nick Foles.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if he can make shit into diamonds, Trevor Lawrence is gonna look good.
No, it's a possibility. Show me first.
Yeah, he just would be lower on my board.
Yeah.
That's it.
If
I
he
just
finishes
wouldn't-
top 10, I'll be the first person to be like, hey, I was wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong. I wasn't wrong about Tua. I'm not wrong about this.
All right, let's talk about the tight ends. This is Billy's favorite
Yep.
time of the year. Talking about tight ends and Kyle Pitts. But let's first off, we have tier 1.
Yep.
Tell me who's in your tier 1.
There's 2 people, Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews. Usually this is my favorite time of year. Before we go into it, I think it could be a down year for tight ends.
Really?
We're talking about how it's an up year for wide receivers.
I thought it was an up year last year. I think it's even a better year this year for tight ends.
I don't think so.
That's interesting.
I think the cream rises to the top. You're obviously gonna get your top 3 or 4, but like you could still like start a weekly tight end if they're like 7 or 8, but they're giving you points. I don't know if you're gonna get that. I think teams are going more vertical and doing more plays out of the backfield, being more creative.
Okay.
You need an athletic tight end. If you don't, you're useless.
So we all agree Travis Kelce. We don't have to say much about him. He's going to have one of the most targets, most everything on his team, especially now Tyreek Hill's gone.
I do think the biggest concern is the double teams. They're going to be relentless now. Like, in the past, there was someone to take them off him. I am concerned. Like, usually I love taking Kelce in the first round because he finishes a top 10 wide receiver, even sometimes higher. I'm a little concerned he sees so much coverage that you're only getting like 4 or 5 receptions a game out.
I'm also worried that a lot of the same wide receivers are on the team. So Juju, right in the same area as as Kelce. You have Sky Moore, who's going to be probably in the same, short, medium range, same as Kelce. All of them are short, medium range. The only one is Harden and Valdez. And I don't know why Valdez-Scantling is a deep pass. He's just fucking tall.
No, he's,
All
right.
fast.
He's tall.
He's fast.
He's fast. He's tall.
He's tall.
He can get up when other people can't.
So that's the only reason Travis Kelce. He's in tier 1.
Sure volume for me.
Yeah.
Sure volume. Actually, I should say not receptions. Touchdowns is my concern.
Touchdowns is my concern.
Yeah.
But he could see 180 targets. Now
He could.
yeah,
He could.
That's what in my mind. I didn't want to put him because I agree. He's gonna be doubled, but it's just volume, dude.
Yeah.
Who
I
else
have
is
it.
truly getting that ball?
And I think that out of tight ends, I think between him and Kittle are the two tight ends that could break the most tackles
Yeah.
on the course of a year. So
Yeah.
I mean, you saw Mahomes always doing that little shuttle run, or it, like cuts underneath the offensive lineman and goes, and it's kind of like a rushing attempt for him, but it's a pass.
Next
So-
up, Mark Andrews.
I have Mark Andrews here. We had a couple of key stats on our Instagram page, which is interesting. Jordan, you want to say something about that?
Yeah, I mean, I could pull him up, but it was pretty much Hundley. And I remember this last year because I played against Mark Andrews quite a bit. He performed way better with Tyler Huntley than what?
Where did you play against him on the VFL?
My team played against him, fuckface.
Yeah, so did mine at one point in the year.
No,
like,
but
Mark Andrews got traded to like 5 different teams, and then you had to verse them all over again.
No, because I played someone twice at the end. I think it was Bush.
and we're in
then-
multiple
and
leagues.
then,
Like, yeah, no
yeah.
shit. No shit.
All right, well, fuck you guys. Mark Andrews.
Got him.
Mark Andrews with Lamar Jackson had 8.2 targets a game, 5.3 receptions, 67 yards, and 0.4 touchdowns compared to Huntley. He had 11 targets a game, 8.6 receptions, 110 yards, and 0.8 touchdowns. Pretty much a touchdown a game. Obviously, Huntley was only 6 games compared to Lamar with 10. But I do think it's notable that, like, he performed way better with Huntley than he did with Lamar.
Is it notable, or is it that when Lamar's on the field, we talked about a lot last year about Lamar, teams kind of figured out what they were doing. There was 2 plays they ran. They either ran the ball or they ran a seam up to Andrews.
I thought you were gonna say
No, and that
they
was
either
what-
run the ball or they pass the ball.
No, they do a seam up to Andrews.
Yes.
You know, and there wasn't really much there. I feel like they kind of used him a little bit differently. You know, they
Ollie was
used
a
him
better
out wide a
passer.
little bit more. Yeah.
That's what the reason.
Okay, guy. But like, yeah, I don't buy too much into that. I really don't.
I'm kind of shading Mark Andrews. Like, I have the second pick in our draft. And
Shading or fading?
Shading,
He's shaving him.
I'm fading him.
Shaving him.
I'm shading, fading, whatever the fucking word I want to use. All right. I'm starting to go away from Mark Andrews. You want to know why? Because they don't got nobody else. Why wouldn't you double, triple cover him? Let Bateman just do whatever the hell he wants.
I mean, then you should. Well, you have him at 2 anyway. I was like the same thing as Kelsey at the same. At that point, you know,
There's even less. There's even way, 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 way less.
you're right. Their second receiver and third option are way worse than what the Chiefs have.
And I think Bateman's a great pick this year, but
There's
I
a
mean-
ceiling for him.
it's also freaking Jackson throwing the ball. So, I mean, how creative is it going to get?
Yeah, he's just gonna have same thing as Kelsey, just volume.
And that's why you see them 1 and 2.
Yeah.
In almost everyone's rankings. I don't think that's.
Net stop.
We differ.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we differ.
Did you just hopped off the wagon? You didn't just fucking walk off. You fucking took the wheel with you. Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
don't know, where can
I
you
wrote
talk-
this yesterday. All you had to do is copy and paste.
Copy and paste what? You
Kyle
want me to
Pitts third.
No way, dude.
No way.
No, I did.
You said he was third last year.
I did. He had a better quarterback last year.
Mariota features fucking.
Here we
tight
go again with
Feature
the,
side ends.
with the Delaney Walker hot take
That's
from
what we
12
have-
years ago.
That's what we have to go to.
That's not a sample
That's
size anymore.
wild.
It's wild. That is not an accurate thing
What do you
to say.
mean?
It's a decade ago, dude.
Okay, when we look up fucking who's the president, fucking who's the first president, we still look up the book and say,
book?
oh, it was George Washington.
How is that relatable?
Because we're going back to facts.
All right, let me ask you a question. We're talking about facts, right? We're talking about facts?
That's
Joe Green, this is going to be a long episode. We're talking about facts today, huh? Dak Prescott throws the ball fucking 5,000 yards almost every year.
Not this year.
One of the worst defenses in the league.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. But he's outside your top 15. Facts.
The Giants are good defense this year.
Fucking idiot. Fucking
No. So
moron.
Let's talk
No,
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. Come on.
Kyle Pitts
How
is
do you have
fine
him
for me.
falling? How do you have him
Because I
falling?
don't like Mariota's not good, dude. He's not good. Kyle Pitts. What does it say? Read what I wrote. Love Kyle Pitts. Hate Mariota. That's what I wrote.
What if it's not Mariota? What if it's Desmond Rider?
Desmond Ritter?
Ritter.
I have a Desmond Ritter guy for college, not for the NFL, man.
Okay, but what about
Felipe Franks? Come on.
Young Hoo Chu? Oh, Young Yu Ho, whatever the fuck his name is. What about just pure, just like Mark Andrews, we already know Kyle Pitts is a better fucking goddamn player. So, what about just all that production going to him?
That's what we said last year, and
He got it.
He got it.
He had a touchdown.
he didn't get touchdowns. Do you expect Mariota to throw more touchdowns than Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
No.
I do.
No.
Thank you.
I
I just want a little clarity here. What side you're on?
To Kyle Pitts, yes. All he needs is 3 more touchdowns.
They're going to be worse than last year.
And
If you can imagine that. The Falcons could very well be the worst team in the NFL this year.
They'll be bottom
three.
pretty low.
Bottom 3.
Because that defense is god-awful.
Now, offensively, they're not much better.
But they're improving.
No,
Improving?
Where?
Where?
They have... What do you mean,
They lost
where?
Calvin Ridley.
They lost Russell Gage.
Ridley wasn't there last year.
He was there for half the season.
3 games.
3 games.
3 games.
They had Matt Ryan.
I'm telling you. You put him in the RPO position with Mariota, running the ball, scramble plays. Kyle Pitts is going to make plays.
I don't doubt he's going to make plays. He's not.
I'm
like,
just
he's not-
telling you.
I have him
he's
at
gonna-
10, dude.
Okay, I can easily argue against. I will argue against your third.
I like Waller. Waller's still a great target for
Waller
the Raiders.
also misses
For
5
a
games
bet.
a year.
He had one. It was just last year. That's
Okay, and now we have 30 mouths to feed.
You have one more mouth to feed.
Who gets 150 targets?
Sure.
I actually
There's more
think
pressure
Adams-
off of Darren Waller.
Yeah, I think actually Adams helps Waller a lot.
Yeah, dude. Because at first, when I first was like, when that happened, I was like, oh, fucking sucks for Waller. And I'm like, wait, Waller's going to be wide open, dude.
Literally.
Wide open.
Like they say in training camp, he's wide open every play because there's no.
I mean, everybody.
Well, all right, but you know what I mean. The
I know
coverage
what
is
you
all
mean.
going to Adams.
It's
now.
going to Adams.
Last
Okay.
year it went all to Waller.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but then how do you have? You're a Kittle hater.
No,
how do
I'm
you-
not a Kittle hater.
Yes, you've hated on Kittle for years.
No, I'm just saying.
Run it back. Run it back.
Running back.
I think every year I've had Kittle at 4. Almost every year I've had.
He's hurt.
George.
He's a bum.
He's hurt. He's a bum.
He doesn't.
But
play
when he
10
plays,
games.
he scores 40 fantasy points every time. He plays 6 games and he'll still finish in the top 10.
Anyway, we're going off track. We have tier 1, which you don't have tier 1.
I do. It's the first two.
You do.
It's a drop off.
We both have Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews. Then we defer.
Yeah.
Okay. Tier 2 for me, we have George Kittle, Dalton Schultz, and Darren Waller.
Dalton Schultz.
That's his name, right?
No, you're
Yeah.
good.
It sounds weird.
I'm laughing.
It should be Danny Schultz. Like whoever.
Dalton.
You're fucking
Dalton.
Your mother failed you as a mother.
What?
Idiot, dude.
Bad name.
I'm laughing
Dalton.
because of your idea of Dak. That's why I'm laughing.
Okay.
You said the name right for once in your life. Yeah.
I wrote it.
Yeah.
So
I don't disagree with your ranking of Dalton Schultz at all.
no,
I have him 6.
I mean,
I think it's great.
that's fine. Oh, I have 5, so it's a little bit. Anyway, we're pretty consistent. 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
All right. The only difference is I have Kyle Pitts at 3, and you have him at 5th.
Yeah, and I have Waller at. at
3.
3, and then you have him at 6.
Yeah.
So that's why I have Dalton Schultz at 6.
I mean, someone has to go down, right?
Yeah. Might as well be Dak Prescott, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Fucking idiot.
I just want to say I can't draft George Kittle. I just can't
No.
do it.
No, I won't draft him, but like, am I shocked if he plays 14, 16 games?
He falls to you in like the end of the 4th. You're looking at him like,
Oh yeah, that's
then-
sexy.
Then that's value.
Oh
but,
yeah, that's sexy.
Like he's going in the beginning.
He's
He's
going
going
third,
third.
yeah.
And it's like,
Give me 8 games of George Kittle at the end of the 4th. I'm fine. Fine.
but between injuries and them throwing the ball probably less than ever this year, I just am not very excited about him getting like maybe 100 targets. I don't know. Personally,
it's-
it's just.
You could see him getting targets if coach is like, hey, stop throwing that ball 40 yards. You can't hit anybody that deep. Throw the ball to Kittle for 15.
Kittle does do a lot of screens because he is, like I said, we have 2 tight ends. You don't want Kelsey or Kittle to break you a tackle.
That's why he's always hurt, because he's just
He's an
balls.
animal.
He's a baller.
Any man with fucking long hair like that is
Yeah, he's a
baller.
crazy person. You know, he's not the type of guy that's running out of bounds. You know.
All right. For my tier 3, I have T.J. Hawkinson, Goddard, and Zach Ertz. They're kind of all similar players. They're very similar. Hawkinson's obviously the best one out of the 3. I think he has the best opportunity besides Goddard. Yeah, I would say besides Goddard, to have the most production going his way. I think Hawkinson is gonna just have to compete against
Amon-Ra and
yeah.
And if Jameson Williams comes back at some point.
Yeah.
So targets should be there for him. He's the same reason. Can he stay healthy? He hasn't been able to do it in 2 years. Is this going to be a year? He has long hair too. Can he start balling out?
I wouldn't even know Hawkinson had long hair because he's just irrelevant.
Irrelevant. He was a top 5 tight end before he got injured.
He's always injured. He's never had 100. He's had 100-yard game.
Still has been
game
top
number
5.
1.
Still catches touchdowns.
Not really.
No.
4, 6.
Where did he finish last year?
Last year
It's like 13.
He was hurt, but
he was hurt. But before that, he was top 5 tight end.
he was 16 last year. He's finished top 5 once in his career, and that was 2020. That was a pretty bad tight end year, to be honest.
yeah.
Still finished.
Yeah. At number 7, I've got Dawson Knox, Josh Allen throwing the ball. I do see some touchdown regression. He had 9 last year, but I do think his reception totals go up. I do worry about James Cook in the passing game a little bit with him, so I'm not willing because I love Dawson Knox. It's just another long hair guy. I think it's becoming a tight end thing. Got to have a flow.
Long hair?
Yeah, he's got to
Really?
grow a flow out. It's curly flow.
It's new though, right?
Curly flow. He started growing it out beginning of last year. But he's still a huge target for Josh Allen in the red zone and third down. Most of his receptions ended up getting the Bills first down last year. So
if he can just start getting maybe 2 more targets a game, he'll be good.
Yeah.
I can easily see
that's what I'm
Knox
thinking.
Going possibly to like 6.
Yeah, he
You have
finished
him at
6.
7. So
He finished his 6th last year. He had 9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think he's getting more
yeah.
receptions, a couple less touchdowns.
Yeah.
8, I got Goddard. You know, the Eagles run first team. A.J. Brown gonna take a majority of targets.
Devonta Smith. Quez Watkins. Can't remember third-year booster Quez Watkins.
Yeah. But it is the
better
first
than Hamler.
the first true year that Dallas Goedert would be without Zach Ertz.
Yeah, it is.
So let's see what he can do. You know, it's his team now.
And there's no other tight end there.
Yeah. 9, I have Hawkinson for everything Mike said. You know, I think
7, 8, 9.
too many targets. Not enough people. Not too many people. Not enough targets. Patty Muth. I told you last year. Told you guys last year.
I have Patty Muth a lot lower than you. I mean,
what do you expect? I had Patty Muth at 10 last year too.
It's not because of him. It's because I don't know who's playing QB yet.
I agree. I think his talent is very, very good. Like he's very talented, very good in the red zone. But I do agree. I'm not crazy about owning him this year. But after like 7, like these guys are just, I really don't love them anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd rather take a flyer on Patty Muth and hope that he gets just peppered with targets because the quarterbacks aren't very good and they need somebody to throw the ball to 10 yards down the field. 6 receptions, 7 touchdowns. Wasn't drafted. Guy's a stud.
I wasn't drafted in fantasy.
No, wasn't drafted in fantasy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Wasn't drafted.
I know.
I told you to draft him.
I understand that. You
Should've
said it
been
wasn't drafted. He was drafted second round. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no.
For the people.
Yeah. No.
In fantasy.
Fantasy.
All right.
You didn't draft him. No. Zach Ertz, number 11.
First, I thought you would be high on Zach Ertz.
I am. First 6 games. I'm all about it. Give me all the Zach Ertz shares. All of it. Week 4, I'll see you later, Zach Ertz. Sell him high. Want nothing to do with him after that. Get my value. Get out of there. Get in. Get out. It's a little strap for you guys. Irv Smith, number 12. Gonna throw the ball more.
He's hurt too. We don't even know if he's gonna play.
I'm a believer, dude.
Everyone's been a believer for 5 years for this guy.
I know. Can't get off the bandwagon.
I have Dawson Knox at 10. I have Coleman at 11 just because of how many targets you're going to see. I have Noah Fant at 12. I keep telling you guys this. Chemistry between him and Locke has to be shown. He's going to be featured there. He's going to be a safety blanket. I know you have Metcalf and Lockett, but Locke is Noah Fant's going to be there. I don't know how. Oh, yeah. And then I have Patty at 13.
It's fair.
It's fair game. He
fair.
might go up more when I see a QB picked.
Yeah.
I want to know who the QB is picked. I want to see who plays. Kind of wish it's Pickett.
It'd be better for him.
Better for him, I think. If it's
I think
Pickett.
the team is better with Mitch. I think that he would be better with Pickett.
Mm-hmm. And then I have a little bit of shocker, Robert Tonyan. I want to see if he comes back from ACL. I want to see what he does at the Green Bay with the Green Bay Packers. Because guess what? There's nobody else there. So he had a one great year. He had a touchdown dependable, of course. Can he come back? Why not? Last year he was drafted probably in the 8th round, 9th round for most people. If you draft him at the last pick, go for it.
Yeah, and just that's our top 12 guys, and then I just have Gerald Everett at 13. There's a great path for him to be top 7 or 8. Just how explosive that offense could be. It's a big red zone. Way more athletic Jared Cook ever thought he could be. So
It's probably messed up.
fuck Jared Cook, dude. All right.
Jared Cook does nothing wrong. Fuck Jared Cook.
That's all. There's definitely a path for him to be very, very good this year.
I have 2 tight ends, just the flyer tight ends. I don't think. Well, one of them I think could be something. I have Greg Dulcich. He's the Denver backup tight end right now, who I think will win the tight end position. Everyone's so high on this. I can't say his name, so I'm not going to say it.
Alberto.
Alberto.
Yeah, he's gonna lose his job, dude.
He's going to lose his job.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk of him losing his
He's
job.
going to. Dulcich is a baller coming from. I think he's from UCLA. He's a baller. I just think he's going to be it. Then I have Daniel Bellinger, who's going to be the Giants tight end. I had to put this because
You're a Giants fan.
I'm a Giant fan, and because there's nobody else. So
Don't disagree with that, but
guess what? A lot of people don't know about him. He was like I think a 4th round pick. He ranked as one of the most athletic tight ends coming out of combine.
well, can I say something that you said last year?
What? What did I say?
Rookie tight ends don't do anything.
Yes.
They don't do anything.
They don't. But
A Giants
I'm
rookie
not saying
tight
I'm not
end.
saying to
Ugh.
draft him. I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
that just keep him in the back of your mind where he has some games where he pops off because I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, similar.
These are not draftable players. I mean, Greg Dulcich. If you want to take a flyer at like your last pick, maybe.
I'd rather take the flyer.
I'd rather take a flyer on non-tight end because I don't believe in drafting tight ends.
But if I'm taking a flyer on a tight end, and it's a rookie, I'd taking Trey McBride all day.
On the Arizona,
Yeah,
because that's the reason why I have Zach Ertz at 9 because like I said, there's talks about him being in competition with Zach
I'm
Ertz.
just throwing it out there.
I think Zach Ertz is great for the first 6 games, like Billy said. I think after that, that's when it gets iffy. And
I contemplated keeping Zach Ertz just because.
What would that been? An 8th round
I
pick?
don't remember. I think it's an 8th.
yeah, probably.
But it was a quick thought. And I was like, nah, it's not even worth it.
I love how Mike says he's not a big believer in tight ends, drafting tight ends, and drafts Dalton Schultz in every mock draft we have in the 4th round. Like, what are we doing?
But he hates Dak Prescott.
Because it just made sense in that pick.
I'm just
Nah,
saying.
I mean, there's other people there you could take.
No, not that I like.
But you love Dalton Schultz.
Fuck
love
Prescott.
Dalton Schultz.
No,
hate
no.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, you did have both.
Fucking idiot. Love Tony Pollard. Hate Dak Prescott.
I don't love Tola Pollard.
I'm actually the opposite of the don't draft tight end. I think you got to get one of those top 6 because if you
Yeah.
don't, it's
Yeah.
fucking brutal.
It is.
I agree. If you get one of the tier 1, slight tier 2, then you're fine. But after that, like after you get like past Schultz or Waller, like at my
At least
tier
for
list,
him,
I'm not
yeah.
talking about his tier list. Once you get past my tier 2, like good luck. Like you're
right as well not draft a tight end until
Yes.
round 13
Like-
or something.
You're playing on non-injury from Hawkinson. You're playing on Goddard getting fed. You're playing on Zach Ertz past 6 games.
You're not getting past 6 games.
Not as soon as Hopkins
Yeah.
returns.
And, like that's exactly why you wait
That's
out.
why,
You wait out tier 3, and then tier 4 is the upside picks. You can just go over Kevin Knotts or Komet.
Like in the mock drafts we've done the past few days, I've taken Gerald Everett like 6 times just because like there's upside there, where like I'd rather have that flyer on a guy who's got a great offense than, T.D. Hawkinson.
Yeah, I mean, let me say something about Everett. If Williams gets hurt, I mean, you have Palmer that slips through. But at the same time, it's more.
So happened last
Everett.
year with Jared Cook.
Yeah,
somebody got Williams got hurt for 4 games. Cook stepped in, balled out, and I look like an asshole.
I don't even think Cook's playing football this year.
No, because he stinks. Fuck that guy.
Oh god.
That's about it, right, guys?
That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's
All right. Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.